Hello YouTube. Would you guys like to hear a scary story? I thought so. Okay, sit down everyone and pay attention. Late one stormy night, had to been rather between 1:30 and 2 a.m. a man found that he couldn't sleep. In fact, he looked just like you. Yes. And he was sitting in his place. Oh my God, deja vu. The place looked just like this. But anyway, maybe that's just pure coincidence. He's sitting up late one night and he's watching some infomercials. Classic rock. He's watching these classic rock commercials and he found that he's starting to doze off to sleep. But just as he begins to doze off, there's a knock at the door. It wakes him up. He thought he was hearing stuff, so he started to lay back down, go back to sleep, and he heard it again. He jumps up. Who is it? No one says anything. But through the window, side window, he can see a figure standing at the door. He gets up. Hold on, I'm coming! So he gets to the door and he peeks out the peephole. There's someone standing there in a kind of like a big hooded raincoat type of coat, but it's drenched, soaking wet because it was raining, storming that night. They start banging on the door. Open the door! Let me in! A muffled voice came through the door. Who are you? The man says as he looks through the peephole. All he can see is the top of the person's head. Open the door! Let me in! At that time, the person looks up into the peephole. It's a woman. And she has this bitchy look on her face. Like she's ready to nag about the first given thing. But to the man's surprise, he's seen her before. Let me in, nigga! Who is this woman? I know I've seen her before. But he couldn't put his hand on where he had seen this woman. She's got one hand on her hip, head cocked to the side. And she's got something in her arms, something wrapped in a blanket. You open the door to see, who is this person? So you crack the door. And then she reaches one hand over, takes the blanket off. And at that time she yells out, "You're the baby daddy!" Yes! No! Yes! No! Yes! Scared you, didn't I?